Good morning, everybody. Hello, I'm Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I don't know why I'm running a little bit late this morning. So I'm still doing stuff. Anyway, I'm here. I made it. Good morning. How is everyone today? I'm going to be doing some channeling for the collective, twin flames, all that kind of stuff. This morning, I'll also be giving mini reads for donations as well. If you're interested in one of those, check out the pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat. And we'll do that. Batch them all up as usual. It's a little bit frizz going on here. Hang on, let me calm this fan down. Calm down, fan. Okay, I'm here. A bit humid in here. But there we go. Just wash my hair. So, good morning. Calm down, Claire. Yes, channeling for the collective, twin flames. Let's see what's going on. If you want a mini read, check out that pinned comment. The comment's pinned up top of the live chat. It tells you how to do it. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there for your donations. You can also use Super Chat or Super Sticker here on YouTube if that's easier for you as well. And after you've done your donation, put a capital Q at the start of your comment with your question in for your reading. Now, it can be specific question. It doesn't have to be. It could be general guidance, general love guidance, or very specific. Totally up to you. But do put a capital Q at the start of your comment with that in, just so I can find it easily amongst the comments. Otherwise, I'm searching for long times. Okay, so let's get some cards out. Got the frizzies going on here. Who's with us this morning? Who's in the cafe with me? I've got my coffee. Here it is. I just made it fresh. So, guides, what's going on with twin flames at the moment? Is anything going on with twin flames at the moment? Has anyone got anything going on at the moment? Or are we waiting about, changing our minds, thinking, oh, this isn't happening? Let's see. Ten of Swords. Oh, that's not a very good start, is it? Painful endings. A painful ending. Who's going through that? DM, DF. Which one? Well, everybody. Turns out my cactus likes a lot of water. It didn't at first, but now it likes a lot of water. Now it's really thriving on a lot of water. I removed its dead buddies from its container. And I might take one of the babies, this little baby off the side, and put it in there. So it can have its offspring growing in the soil rather than on it. Cactus news. So the Ten of Swords, who's going through this? Temperance. Someone's going through a painful ending. Hey, Maria. And someone's waiting. It feels like this. You see how both of them are looking down? It's like neither want to acknowledge what's going on. Both looking down, both kind of aloof, detached. Almost like they're not looking at each other. Like, I don't want to face this. So I've got two people that don't want to face it. One's going through a painful ending. One's waiting about. Waiting, huh? Could be some sadness. Well, there seems to be a lot of sadness going on, but I'm just picking up on a sadness, perhaps the divine masculine. A shame kind of a sadness of not coming forward yet. Morning, Deborah. Morning, Belle. Good to see you. Yeah, like a sadness and regret and all kinds of things. King of Wands. Well, this is the divine masculine in a very I'm coming to get ya kind of mode, which is very different than that. A very different energy. We might be talking about 3 different energies here, in fact. Because you see how someone's going through a painful ending here, looking down. Someone's waiting. I think this is Divine Feminine waiting. She's looking down. Neither want to look. King of Wands, the one that's like, I know what I want, he's looking away, and she's kind of looking away too. No one's looking at each other here. No one is looking at each other. This one doesn't look like this one to me. It's very different. Well, it doesn't feel like it's very different energy. Wow, it's humid in here. It just steams up my room when I wash my hair and dry it. It steams up my room so bad. It's fine. It's fine if it's not damp outside, but when it's rainy season, it's damp outside. Aircon's just like, can't do it. Can't do it. Too much water. So, 4 of Cups. Disappointment. Someone's trapped. You see, this is that same energy again. So this is the one. 10 of Swords. It's this one. I'm going to do it differently today. Painful ending. Trapped. Can't get free. Can't see a way free. Waiting. So disappointed. Divine Feminine. Waiting. So disappointed. Well, who the hell's this? King of Wands. What's going on with the King of Wands? It's not them. It's not them. King of Cups. Now this is the feminine King of Cups. So does she let him in? Okay, this is someone else. Someone else is coming. Does she let this King of Wands in? He seems to be very set on her. Got someone else coming in, Divine Feminines. Is this the real twin coming in? Was this one the false twin but getting her ready? Has she given up on waiting? Is that why she's disappointed now? The 4 of Cups being a brand new offer coming in from elsewhere as well, while she's in that disappointment. King of Wands, King of Cups. Very strong energy here. I think this is someone new. Ooh, okay. Well, let's get into it. Let's get into it and find out what this is all about. Coffee doesn't help either. Hot coffee. Let's find out what's going on here. Okay, guides, tell us what the hell's going on. Tell us about this new person. We know what's going on with Divine Masculine. Or that one anyway. We know. Because we've been in this story for a long time now, right? This story, it sucks. It just doesn't feel in alignment. Especially because, look, nobody's looking. These two are looking in the same direction. They're forward focused. Is the Divine Feminine ready for love? Going through all the kings to the Emperor, you think, Deborah? But look at all these cards, you see, none of them are looking. None of them are looking forward or in any particular direction. They're all looking down, heads down. And these two are headed in the same direction. They're very focused, these two. Got their eyes open and they're very focused. This feminine King of Cups, she's in charge of her heart now, and she decides who she lets in. She's looking at the good ship that she's built for herself, and she's like, I'm only letting a good ship in. This King of Wands, he's all in his passion and his fire, and he's like, I know what I want, marching to the beat of my own drum, and I'm going to get it. And they're both faced in the same direction, so they both want the same things. I think there's someone new coming in. I think the Divine Feminine has been prepared by this false twin or whatever the hell that is. And now she's ready, in control of her heart. She's very particular about who she lets in. I think this is when she's got this one's attention, King of Wands. So let's see. And no doubt these ones, no doubt these divine masculines are perhaps on a twin flame journey too, or on some kind of an ascension path too, and they needed this divine feminine to be in their lives to instigate it. And perhaps they do have a soul connection, like I'll come into your life and get you to break free of whatever this is. And, I'll tempt you to break free of that, but perhaps he's not the one for her. Anyway, what we got? The Two of Air. The Two of Air is about choices. It's about yes, no. It's about seeing in the signs the answers that you want. It's about using the pendulum, and really it's you swinging it. Because it's like doing kinesiology. Your body knows. I'm not saying you're swinging it consciously, but your body knows. When you're using a pendulum, it's your body that's doing it. Your body knows. And so this is how, when you're watching the readings, you know whether it resonates or not. Why does my voice always do this? You know whether it's resonating or not, because you know your own truth really deep down. So the Two of Ours says, my voice was doing good this morning until the Two of Ours came up. It signifies clear guidance. All the necessary information is at hand, and it's time to make a decision. The truth of the matter is clear, if only we open our eyes and accept it. Now, isn't that interesting? The truth of the matter is clear. We know deep down. If we only open our eyes and accept it, these two are looking down. These two aren't facing it. They're not facing it. They're not facing up to it. They're not talking about it. They're not facing it. She's just waiting, disappointed, looking down, going through pain, looking down, feeling trapped. These two have their eyes open. That is very different. I think someone new is coming in. I think the divine feminine is going to have to make a choice. And I think that choice has got to be based on not her feelings, not her feelings of nostalgia for all of this stuff with this divine masculine. But I think she's going to make a good decision for her heart based on what she's built for herself. In other words, the trip that she's been on, the journey that she's been on, when focused on this one, and all of it has put it through, and how much she's grown in confidence and knows what she wants and knows how to handle it and knows what to do and won't settle for anything else, anything less. I think then she uses what she's learned from that to choose. And she'll know. She'll know. But I think that nostalgia and false loyalty and all kinds of things might hinder her here. Yesterday, didn't do much yesterday. I went training in the morning and my body was really tired. And I thought, I'm not going to train in the afternoon. I did my day 29 of my 30-day program of my weight training in the afternoon. But I thought I'll watch a movie. And so I Googled YouTubed movie and clicked on this thing that looked really interesting. Anyway, it turned out it wasn't a movie, it was a 5 or 6 episode thing put together of a British drama like series, and I watched all of it, and it was like nearly 4 hours long. But it was great. I really enjoyed it. And it was really nice to just like hang with a cat and do nothing. I very rarely do that. Like I'll watch a movie every now and then, but that's unheard of for me to sit for like 4 hours like that. But as I was doing that, what I was watching, it had the running theme behind it was how it was about this couple, right? And both of them very kind-hearted people, saw the best in everyone. And it was mostly about him. He's a lawyer, but it was about her as well, and how it was tripping them up. Being nice and seeing the best in people, how it was tripping them up. And both of them kind of going through whatever they were going through, and in questioning themselves, am I doing the right thing here? And invariably they weren't doing the right thing by seeing the best in others. Excuse me. I'm just getting that. I think the divine feminine has been learning a lot, and divine masculine as well. Oh, so she can be truly the empress, right? We've got like near empress energy here. Queen of Cups is open and receptive, right? She's a bit wishy-washy, seeing the best in people, open to anything. She's come up as the female King of Cups here. That's the one that's mastered the heart. Yeah, they've mastered the heart. They're not foolish with the heart anymore. They've mastered it. So she's making good decisions for her heart. Meanwhile, I've got minor explosions going on inside. Hey, Arabella. Hiccups. Hiccups usually is just before the show starts. The Mother of Water. Oh. What's she doing? The ground looks very parched there. It's like she's summoning the rain, the emotions. Yeah, perhaps she's asking for... She's ready. She's ready for emotion. She's ready for a relationship. She's ready for something to happen. She's calling it forth because it's parched. She's not had anything going on. Mother of Water brings down the rain. She nourishes relationships and feelings that are needed for life to flourish. She wants feeling now. She wants that spark. She wants something to happen. She's ready for a relationship. Divine Feminine is now ready for a relationship after all she's been through with this one. What should we call that one then? That was the preparatory twin. I feel there's a divine connection between them both, but I don't think it's the true twin. If there is a true twin. Which is like, there's been nothing. I need richer emotions now. Empress, she's got the rest of her life sorted out, right? And it's just like, bring on the relationship. I'm ready for something to happen. Six of Earth. Let's read this one before I get to this one. I like that this card has come up. Six of Earth. Trees and forest. Six of Earth represents moving from one place to another. This is something that helps you transition from one state to another state. It provides a touchstone that you can always return to when needed. It's a safe place that protects and also prepares you for what's to come. That's what we'll call them. This trees and forests, the Six of Earth. That's what they were. They were the transition twin. You can always return to when needed. It's a safe place. It's a safe one. Protects you and also prepares you for what's to come. Both been preparing each other for someone else. And without that one, we wouldn't be ready. Then there's the initiation. Da, da, da. Just going to breathe. Controlling these hiccups. We're trying to. The initiation. Everyone walks their own path. And everyone hears their spiritual call in their own way. For the witch, once she hears the call of the divine, of the goddess and the god, she commits herself to honoring them. It's like the old chants. It's like the old chants that medieval monks sang with a call and a response. All she can do is follow her guidance, right? And continue. that comes more important to the Divine Feminine. Rather than a particular outcome or a particular thing, it's more about the path and listening to her guidance. I think that's why this has come up. It's like you'll know deep down, and it's not nostalgia or feelings or loyalty or anything like that. It's I'm here to follow my guidance to move forward, This card is about relationship, this agreement. We're called to a specific life, and we promise to live our beliefs as best we can. Mostly we promise to stay in right relationship with the divine so we can hear the needs and guidance of our deities with the same clarity with which we heard our original call, so that we can answer with the same passionate intensity. So it's a spiritual calling, living with higher purpose, leaving an old way of living. Okay. Let's get one more out. Melt on. What else? The 9 of Air. Is the runes. This card keeps on coming out, right? The 9 of Air is a bittersweet card, for it promises great wisdom. But the way to that wisdom includes suffering and sacrifice. Wisdom is not a right we're guaranteed. It's a reward, something earned, and it does not always promise happiness. It feels to me like no matter how you navigate this situation, it's not going to work. No, it's not meant to work. It was meant to be disruptive in order to bring us both wisdom. It was meant to be a disruptor that, well, not a disruptor, but it was meant to be something that would never work, just cannot work out, but it brings you all the lessons that you need to get yourself to this place of wisdom, knowing your heart, trusting your guidance, going, well, okay, that's not working out, but I can feel when I'm in alignment, and I feel like I'm pretty in alignment now, and I'm ready for something. So what is it? Bring it on, universe. And I'll apply that wisdom that I've learned from it. All of the lessons that have led me more to be the Empress than ever, I can apply that. It's definitely a preparer. That old relationship was a preparer. I'm going to carry on with these cards because I want to ask about this one now. Because those cards have just kind of explained the situation and the old stuff. I want to know about this one, of what's coming in now. Tell us about what's coming in. The 7 of Water. The card of choices, but let's not presume because this deck is completely different. The 7 of Water, Justice. Time of accounting. Sounds boring, doesn't it? Does anyone enjoy accounting? I know some people do. I don't. Not in the slightest. Some people love that stuff, though. The 7 of Water is a time of accounting. It's time to consider our actions and measure them against our beliefs. We should be living according to what we claim to be right. Before acting, we ask ourselves, is this the action of the person I wish to be? Before acting, we ask ourselves, is this the action of the person I wish to be? Now, some of you might be aware, if you watch my pick a card reads too, although some of what I'm talking about is coming up in one that I'm going to be publishing tonight, that I recorded on Wednesday. There has been a situation where there's a turnaround now for the Divine Feminine, and she, you know that card I've got a feeling it's going to be right here. Because I can show you. Or perhaps not. It's not right. There it is. I knew it would be right there, near the top. Because it comes out so much. This card. When I've been explaining about this card and what I got from it, is that I think this one is down here. She's already got herself up there. Divine Feminine's already up at the top of this staircase. She's been learning so much. She's got herself up there. She set herself free from the stuff that, like, he's going through previously. She's already done that stuff, and she's learned, and she's grown, and she's up here now. And she's like beckoning, going, "Come here! Like, love's up here. You can just come up here." But he's not there. He's not there. He hasn't even started. He hasn't even gotten off the bottom step yet. He's looking down and head in his hands, kind of thing. He's very much in this 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords. I'm trapped. I can't. He's not even set himself free yet. She set herself free long ago, and she has got up to this point. And now it's time for her to turn around and see there's another staircase up there. Yeah, there's another staircase ahead of her. There is a growth path ahead of her. There's other people on that ahead of her. It's the time of leveling up. And so back to this one, the Seven of Water, when it said, yes, I've lost the page. Before acting, we ask ourselves, is this the action of the person I wish to be? You see, we've been through so much on that staircase that our hearts can go out to those that we recognize are on that staircase. It's like, oh, I've been here, I can help you, kind of thing. But the thing is, are we here to help people up that staircase where we've been? Well, kind of, yes. Are we here to be in relationship with those people? No. I know we're not. We're here to be in relationship with the people that take us further. And that is in the unknown, right? We don't know that. They're not the ones that we go, oh, my heart cries out to them because I understand the pickle that they're in. It's not. We don't know where they feel a bit alien to us because we don't know where they're at. Our hearts don't go out to them because they're not back from where we've been. We haven't been through that stuff. So we should be living according to what we claim to be right. Before acting, we ask ourselves, is this the action of the person I wish to be? Is this where I'm headed? Where am I headed? I know who I was, and I know my old person's going through what I went through long ago, and I get it, and I get why my heart reaches out to them because of that, and I get that I'm an instigator in their life as a result of that, and I'm kind of showing them the way. But are they actually a good person for me to be in a relationship with, where I'm headed from this point forward, after all I've learned here? Because even if you look at the eyes and everything on this, they're not. There's this new person here, which is looking forward. So where are you headed? Do you even know? And who's good for you on that path? The person that you see yourself being in the future. We know who we were. Oh, hello. So we've got the Elemental of Earth. What's he got? A very dark card. He's got some pipes. It's not a sandwich. It's pipes. The Elemental of Earth. Earth. And if we can't give up on that old person, it's because we're not yet healed from the stuff that we went through, that they're going through. We haven't fully let it go yet. The Elemental of Earth is a sure sign of prosperity, abundance, and manifestation. The energy surrounding and filling the situation is solid and stable. This bodes well for completing any task, but take care to keep other energy flowing, or the whole situation could collapse in a pile of stagnation. So this is very different energy, very different energy. This is someone, King of Wands, is someone who is go-getter, someone that is doing it already. They've already broken free. They're not at that stage. There's someone that's on a par with you. They've got to the top of that staircase and they're ready. They're going more. It's a match. This is a match energy, and the signs are prosperity, abundance, manifestation. They're already doing it. You see, we've had that message before. Someone that's already doing it, not someone that hasn't done it yet and we're waiting around for them to do it. It's not. That's someone we're teaching. They're solid and stable. They're already doing it. They're already doing it. They're a match to who we are now. Then we've got the, ooh, look at him. 8 of fire. This is Neptune, isn't it? Is this Neptune? Looks like him. Yeah, so there's Neptune. No matter what chaos ensues, Neptune stands calmly in the middle of it all, confident, somehow in control, and rather enjoying the ride. Kind of emperor-ish. There's a saying about magic being done with smoke and mirrors. Neptune is the master of smoke and mirrors, and most of his magic focuses on the mind. His energy covers the world with a blanket of romance and glamour. Oof. Beguiling mists cover the mundane and inspire the mind to dream or trick it into believing illusions. In this altered state, induced by Neptune's charms, the mind relaxes, logic blurs, and synapses make new connections, allowing a welling up of psychic tendencies and letting go the feelings of compassion, sensitivity, and tolerance. How about that? Isn't that it, what I've just been saying? Neptune's charms. In this altered state induced by Neptune's charms, the mind relaxes, stop thinking about it so much, logic blurs, and synapses in your brain, you make new connections, allowing a welling up of psychic tendencies. So it's that following, it's that connection with the divine and knowing what to do next and trusting that, and a letting go of the feelings of compassion, sensitivity, and tolerance. This stuff. Letting go of that, like I was calling it, what was I calling it? Nostalgia and misplaced loyalty and all of that. They're calling it compassion, sensitivity, and tolerance. Tolerating someone not doing it. Yeah, this is a state of tolerance, but getting over it. Like, I'm over this, it ain't happening. The 8 of fire lulls us into daydreams and fantasies. It feels like we're going to step into a thing where it's like a snowball kind of thing. It's got that kind of an energy where it just takes you and you fall in love. You're taken with it and everything changes. Logic takes a back seat as our soul craves mystery and illusion. It's a new path. It's that new staircase. Once the mind is quieted and open, we begin to accept and then embrace the possibilities of dreams coming true. And Neptune knows that belief is the first step toward creation. It's all going to switch up. And I think a lot of what we might have been learning through this process and through our processes and through our learnings in the last years or whatever, especially, is to have a clear grasp on what codependency is, what narcissism is, because this could appear to be narcissistic. You know, when we're sensitive still and we haven't got over narcissistic abuse, that's when we point your finger, everyone's a narcissist kind of thing. And we're super sensitive to anything that's got narcissistic traits, right? Of which there are many, and we've all got them. It doesn't make us a narcissist. It doesn't make us like the culmination of, you know, the group of those things. It doesn't make us a narcissist. It's difficult, isn't it? Because the word is used for many things. But to me, a narcissist that you got to watch out for, yes, they've got narcissist traits, but we all have narcissist traits. But the ones that we've got to watch out for, they're the ones that are just swept up by it. They're controlled by it. They are doing it subconsciously. They're not doing it on purpose. They're doing it subconsciously, but it controls them. This way of being controls them. There's nothing else they can do. They're not being deliberate about it. But when someone comes along and they've got confidence and they know what they're doing and they're in control, and especially when we fall for them and we get into that snowball effect when we're falling in love kind of thing and going with it and everything's changing, that is going to scare us, because last time we felt that was probably with a narcissist. And I think that a lot of the learning that we've had to do along the way to be ready for this one is learning about all of that codependency stuff, so that we recognize, no, this is not it. It has similarities, but it's not it. It feels different. I am different. I'm choosing different. I'm not choosing that stuff anymore. I'm well aware of that stuff, and this is not it. Now, people that have been around you might be saying, that's it, that's a narcissist. If they're still in that wounded state from it, they might be picking up on it because they've seen certain things. But, it's just like anything. It's like if someone isn't confident, they'll look at a confident person and say that they're arrogant. It's not that person is arrogant. They might be, they might not be, but it's confidence. And people that aren't confident, they look at confidence and judge it as something else. So someone that hasn't learned about codependency and narcissism, so that they're immune to it now, so they can recognize it and they would never choose it, they're going to look at what looks like, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Which, yeah, it isn't necessarily true. It could be a decoy. Anyway, I was just picking up on that because that is very powerful energy. That is the kind of energy that come into your life and they truly sweep you off your feet. Because I feel like it's someone that knows their choices. It's not someone that's wishy-washy in their choices. They're not feeling trapped. They're not doing all of that kind of stuff. It's someone that they know what it is that they want. They know what they're doing. And when they find it, they see you, they're like, yeah, that's it. And you'll know too. Tell us what else. Oh, 6 of water. Is that Lakshmi? Wisdom and culture. No, it's Sarasvati. She's a Hindu goddess who gave people language, science, math, the arts, including music, dancing, and poetry. She created learning and teaching. She gave us ways to understand our world and ourselves, as well as the means to creatively express how we feel and what we think about all that we learn and see and experience. Interesting. Because you know I'm not doing it right now. Wednesday, I was talking about communication and how important it is. And if they're not communicating now, are they ever going to communicate in a relationship? And communication is so important in a relationship. And then we've got this one coming in saying, she created learning and teaching. She gives us ways to understand our world and ourselves, as well as the means to creatively express how we feel and what we think about it all, that we learn and we see and experience. We've got someone coming in here to learn very similar stuff to us and can talk about it. It is not the non-communicative person like that. This is someone that's already been there and they've done that and they've got their own deductions, and it might not exactly match ours, but we're going to be able to talk to them about it and they're going to get it. And they're going to go, I want to say something like that, and this is what I got from it. But they've been through it and they've done that work already. Relationships of all sorts, emotions, affairs, and questions and longings of the heart, these are all common inspiration for artistic expression. Through the gifts of Sarasvati, we can better understand and articulate our uniquely human experiences. It's going to be a breath of fresh air. And I think the only time we've experienced this before is wounded people, like when we've got together with wound mates and yeah, we've been able to connect and talk, but from a wound mate perspective. So we've been able to talk about our wounding and soothing and stuff like that, right? I'm telling you a story, Jackie, am I? But this is going to be different. This is going to be, kind of someone that can talk like I'm talking to you now, like we talk in here. it's someone like that. They've already been through it. You don't have to help them through it, but you're going to be able to share, and it's going to be a breath of fresh air. Because when you talk to them about it, because when you talk to a wound mate, or, if you're in the position you're in now, having healed and all of that stuff, if you talk to someone that isn't healed, they take it very differently. So you say something to them, instead of going, oh yeah, I got wisdom from that too, to go, oh my God, how terrible, you should do this, you should do that. Yeah, that's what a wounded person says when you tell them about something. That's not what we've got here. We've got someone that is going to be able to listen and understand it. You'll be able to listen to them and understand them. It's a whole different level of communication. While not all of what we learn or experience is pleasant, perhaps this is coming in after Mercury goes direct, which is on the 2nd of October. 2 days away now. Not long. We're nearly there. Are we nearly there yet? While not all of what we learn or experience is pleasant, through art, we can find ways to use those experiences to both create beauty and to communicate and connect with our fellow travelers on this journey through life. I think this is saying that this person, banging to the beat of his own drum, is already using what he's learned as you are using what you've learned. Perhaps creatively, perhaps putting it into whatever he does. Which doesn't mean like being a healer or tarot reader or anything like that. It could be, well, you could do it in anything. I know when I was doing my fun job on the yacht, I was surprised at how similar it was to what I do. Still dealing with people. Anyway, could have a gym. The 6 of Water sparks of creative expression of feelings and thoughts in a way that helps you understand yourself better, or that allows you to develop a deeper connection with another person or other people. Isn't that amazing? Imagine that. That is the person that's going to take you further. The one that helps you unpack and leave that wounded journey behind, so that you don't have to be in that, what did the other card say, compassion, something or other. It's not you're going to lose those things, but it's that you don't need to be in that all the time, not focused on it all the time. It's the way forward. And the communication is going to be so very different. What else? What else about this new one? You see, I like that these ones are coming out, these fiery ones. Is this Uranus? The 6. Oh, I opened it on the right page. It's Uranus. Crazy genius of the skies. While it brings shocks and surprises, they're usually in the long run exciting and beneficial. When he decides to make his presence known, it's usually by way of sudden big changes. It just feels like a cascade. It feels like a snowball. It feels like when this happens, it's going to just sweep you up. Sometimes brought on by radical impulsive behavior, or just as likely brought on by no apparent cause. The events heralded by Uranus serve to break us out of ruts. Ruts. Yes. This is a rut. Can we all feel it now? We've been in this for such a long time. And the guides are going, oh, this is where you're meant to be. It's like, really, in this stagnation, it feels like nothing's happening. It's like, oh no, but everything's happening. You're like, oh, everything's happening with them. No, everything's happening inside of you. You're getting ready for this one. Everything's happening. Rules are broken willy-nilly, and originality and insight ensue. Freed from bonds of stagnation, boundaries, ennui, independence, innovation, and idealism are the new normal. Yes. So we've been in stagnation, boundaries, and ennui, boredom. We're ready. We're like, bring it on. I'm parched. I want a richer emotional experience. I want relationship. And then independence, innovation, and idealism. So this one, it's going to be independent already. They're not caught up in something else. Innovative. They're already doing it. And they're already being creative, using what they've learned as well. And idealistic. So they are creating a better life for themselves. They're already doing it. This is a match. This is a match to your energy. This is truly a divine masculine. This isn't someone catching up. This isn't like divine masculines catching up. This is one who's already there. So the Seven of Fire promises exciting times. We should be ready to expect the unexpected from life and from ourselves. And in this case, do not expect the surrounding cards to provide much detail about the particulars. That's the point, not knowing what's coming. So, Deborah, the red crystal told you no one knew is coming in. Is that because it needs to be a surprise? So why are you telling us about it now? Perhaps it's imminent. Should we do miserable ladies or not? I don't feel it. I don't feel doing miserable ladies. What I feel like doing is a similar kind of thing, but with the Starchild Tarot. So a similar kind of thing of what I did here, like old story, new story. So we can get a grasp on it. Another grasp on it. A bigger grasp on it. Oh, brush my hair first. Cats. There's cats everywhere. Cats at the back, cats at the front. No cats on the roof because of here then. Oh, that feels better. That feels better. Okay. Anyone want a mini read, by the way? I totally forgot about them. If you want a mini read, check out that pinned comment up top. Join our Facebook group too. While I'm distracted. Okay. Tell us more about the old story then. Tell us more about this old story. What it's been for, what it's been about, why, and whatever. The Six of Swords, the card of movement forward. The card of the universe helping us to move forward. Let's read it. Swords. Can I just stop hiccuping? Six of Swords. Highlights the need to let go of something. Some kind of sacrifice that must be made in order to move forward. It's like leaving the old life behind. Leaving the old staircase behind. It's like we go through stages of our life. We get messed up. I think that's the first stage. And then we go through hell, trying to break free of that. And then we do the soothing, healing stuff, trying to break free of that, because we realize we still took it with us. And then we enter the empowering boundaries stage to try and get free of that, because we realize we're still trapped in the healing stuff when we're soothing ourselves. And then we're like, okay, I'm moving forward, and this is where we're at right now. I'm moving forward, and it's like, oh, hang on, I'm still trapped in this. I'm still dealing with people and trying to help people that are in all of that. What is this new? What's new? What's headed forward? What's beyond this? Twin flames. You're the leaders of that. That's why you're headed into the unknown. That's why you have to leave behind the past. So the Six of Swords highlights the need to let go of something, some kind of sacrifice that must be made in order to move forward. This may be a difficult choice to make. But you've done it before. You transitioned from one staircase to another before. It may be a difficult choice to make, but know that this is merely a transitionary phase and you'll benefit in the long run. It's like that fear thing, you know? It's like, I liken it to the bungee jump. Not that I've done one, but that intense fear. I've jumped in a pool when I was a kid for the first time. That the fear is the most intense when you're about to do it. The moment you've done it, the fear just disappears, poof, like that. The moment you've done it and you're in that new story, it's all gone. That transitionary phase is the worst. It's the worst. It's the most fearful. You'll benefit in the long run. With time, you may understand the advantage of letting things go as an evolutionary process. Yeah, we can't get to the next staircase unless we stop looking back at the old staircase. It's the acceptance of change and release in order to grow from experience. After moving on, you'll be able to reflect on your path and the choices you've made. The Six of Swords is a card of transition and growth. Your adventures, travel, harmonious circumstances. You know, it's that talk that we all had when we were leaving primary school to go to senior school, and the teachers say it and your parents say it. Oh, well, you're the biggest one in your school now, and you're like, you know, this school, you've been through all the classes and everything, and you know it all. You're about to go to a bigger school now, and you're going to be the new person. You're not going to know anything. You're going to be the smallest that, and all of that. I'm giving you that talk right now. Headed into the unknown. You don't stay in primary school just because you know it and because you're the biggest there. You don't be one of those people. Stay in school forever. It's what people used to say, like when the people that stay in uni, you know, they do the PhD and then they carry on in there. The ones, it's that what did they used to say? Those that can do, those that can't teach. The ones that want to stay. Oh my God, really? The ones that want to stay in it, they teach. How about that? Maybe I won't be doing this anymore when I move forward. Or maybe I'll be teaching the new stuff. I think so. I think I'll be teaching the new stuff. I won't be teaching the old stuff anymore. And I don't. It's like once I was through that soothing stage and no longer needed it, I wasn't teaching that stuff anymore. The empowerment stage, right? Teaching more about that, the most recent stuff, not the old stuff. People say like, wow, what you've done in your life and leaving behind all of that stuff, it's so important. Why don't you teach that? And it's like, because that was long ago. It was long ago. I'm not even there. Like to recall all of that stuff. Why would I do that? I'm here right now. And my life is important. What I'm doing right now, I'm taking myself to the next level. So that's what we've been doing. We're transitioning. The Magician. Ooh, love it. Because the Magician is not the Fool. The Fool is stepping into the unknown like an idiot. Like, I'm just going to go for it like a teenager. The Magician is the next step. Yeah, the Magician, very much like the Fool energy, manifesting something new, but the Magician has learned. The Magician has got the swords, the cups, the wands, and the pentacles. In other words, the Magician has the resources. The Magician is the Emperor or the Empress. They have learned to be the king or the queen. The king, it is in fact, whether you're a man or a woman, it's the king. Mastered each one of those, brought them all together. Emperor, Empress, they've got that, and they are now the Magician. So they step into the unknown, but they've already got the shit together because it's inside of them. They're stepping in with the wisdom and everything that they've learned. Like I've said before, someone could take away my website, my YouTube channel, everything like that, but it wouldn't matter. I would be successful in a flash, because what they can't take away is what I've learned, and I know how to do it, and so I just do it again. It's not starting again. It's not starting from scratch. It might be heading into the unknown, but it's not really. New beginnings, sparks of inspiration and invention. This powerful key defines the self-mastery that comes from exploring your own inner talents and skills. And it's your connection with the divine too, especially for divine feminine. Each of which is associated with the key aspect of yourself, the physical, earth, pentacles, mental, air, swords, spiritual, fire, passion, emotional, water. You know, it's also the physical earth, king of pentacles, the stability that we have found for ourselves. We're stable now. The mental, the air, it's this king of swords, it's the clarity, it is the having boundaries and being empowered. Yeah. The spiritual, the fire, the passion, the that spark, that go-getter, that, you know, with King of Wands energy, they march into the beat of our own drum, allowing ourselves to be different and do it. We don't follow the norms. We follow our own path, and being good about that now and not being weird about it. And the emotional, of course, the cups being about not just how we love and how compassionate we are and all of that. That's a foundation for it. But this, being a master of our own heart, doing what's right for our own heart, being able to choose properly with our own heart what's good for us and for our own heart. So it's the balancing of these energies to become the Empress or the Emperor that leads to higher forms of knowledge, awareness, creativity, and conscious manifestation. I'm telling you, this person that's coming in, they're already doing it, and you're going to recognize it's like, oh, this is my match. I get it now. This is my match. I was thinking that one's my match because they're back where I was, but they're not my match because I've already been through that. So they're creative already with it. They're already doing it, and they're consciously manifesting stuff. The Magician embodies a clarity of mind that allows you to channel your full potential. It's that next staircase up. When your efforts yield super positive results, not even positive results that we have been getting, but super positive results, and the world seems full of possibilities. Wow. You already have the vision and the magic within you. How will you share your gifts and talents with the world? I think that's going to be revealed. Originality, inspiration, skill, direction, magic, power, action, manifestation. It's so exciting. It's so exciting what's coming in. I asked about the old story. It's just telling us about, the old story is a transition. We've already talked about that. It wants us to know about this new stuff. How exciting. So even though it's going to be out of our comfort zone, usual, known, it's going to sweep you up because it's so right for you, and you'll know. Keep it fresh. Keep it fresh, says YouTube. I'm doing old stuff still. Okay. Everyone's very quiet. Yeah, is anyone there? Oh, I'm doing this to myself. Hello. Everybody's commenting. 6 of Cups. Now we've got the past coming up. 6 of Cups. She's looking back at the past there. Just wonder what she's doing in this picture. Looking back at where she was. She's on like a new shore now. 6 of Cups. Let's read it anyway. 2 sixes, huh? But a lot of movement. Of course, reciprocity and all of that too. It's a match. The 6s, it's a match and it's forward movement. 6 of Cups. Reflects a period of relaxation and success after finally emerging out of a stressful situation, and highlights a self-confidence that comes from speaking your truth. Communication again. Interesting period of relaxation and success. I've been getting that too as well. Is that this isn't someone going to be coming in where you've got a lot of work to do and you need to look after them and you need to help them and all of that. It's quite the opposite. Not that they'll be doing that for you either. It's that you both got your shit together, and so it's halved. The stuff that you need to do is halved. They add to your life, and so it's going to be relaxing. Thanks, Laura. And highlights the self-confidence that comes from speaking your truth. It's someone that you can talk to about all of this stuff that you've been through, and they're just going to get it because they have too. On top of this energy, you know, instead of in this situation, it's like, I've been through it already. I get what you're going through, but they haven't been through it already. They don't get. They don't get what you've gone through. They're going through it right now. It's someone that's behind you. You're still here, Maria. That's good. And Laura's here. Okay. On top of this energy, this card connects to lingering moments of nostalgia or an idealized past that you might still be holding on to. Yes, I'm picking that energy up. I think some of us are still holding on to this idealized past that we've got in our heads of being with that one that isn't setting themselves free. Still holding on to it. Deep emotions are rooted within these memories. So it's important to acknowledge them, whether they're pleasant or not. We're living records of every thought and feeling we've experienced. It's important to also remember the inner child who still exists within you. It may be an opportune time to plan out recreational, social, or peaceful interlude. So why is it brought up the inner child? Because the inner child wants to be taken care of. The inner child doesn't want to be told, no, you'll stay in primary school and you'll help everyone else out, because it's not your place to move forward in life and go to the next school. It's not about your learning, it's about everyone else. You stay where you are and teach everyone else. No, the inner child doesn't want to hear that stuff. The inner child wants to hear that they are the important one and that they've got a great life ahead of them and they should go into the new and into that new world because they deserve all the best that life has to offer. And so some of you might still be not advocating for your own inner child, not advocating for yourself, especially those of you. I think it's very apt that I brought up that those that can do, those that can't teach. So if you want to stay around teaching everyone else, if you think that is your lot in life, that could be you ignoring your inner child. You know, the inner child that perhaps whose parents did that, you know, the parents would always say, no, share your toys with these people. Always putting them last. Not that sharing is a bad thing, but as long as it's reciprocal. But if that child was always told, no, you come last kind of thing, you give that to the other child, that puts you in that, no, I'll just give to everyone else kind of pattern. I'll put everyone else first and me last. And that's what I should do because I'm here to help everyone else. I'm not here for myself. It's mean. It's mean to the inner child that we're all here for ourselves. So there is still some letting go to do of that. And that could be the tricky part of it, the emotions. Because what you're really doing is loving your past self here. In that connection, loving your past self, trying to help them, trying to teach them, staying to teach. Which is, I've tried not to do that in myself, which is kind of hard when you're kind of a teacher and that's how you're making your money. But like I said, I just don't. I break away from that. It's why, you know, I'll talk about people that are in that soothing stage. They're not for me. They're not the people that I want to teach, you know, the people that get stuck. And there's a need for that. I went through that stage myself, and we need teachers for that stage and all of that. But that's not me. I need to keep on. I need to keep on moving forward and then teaching the people that are just behind me. I know that. So just be careful of getting stuck because you think you're a teacher. That's really your comfort zone and it's really being mean to your inner child. Anyway, what else? What else do you want to tell us? When it happens, I probably won't hear from you guys again. Because I think you're really going to get swept into this. Perhaps you'll drop in just to say, it's happening. I think it's going to be very exciting. I think it's it feels like a whole new energy to me. Like it's just such different energy. You're going to get swept up into this new world. And the new energy, and yeah, it could be very full. From stagnation to very full. Oh, what have we got here? 3 cards. Let's move you guys up then. We're going to do that. Eight of Crystals. Your hard work will pay off. It's the Moon and the Awakening. Lara, let's give you a mini read first. Anyone else want a mini read? Thanks for your donation, Lara. I couldn't click on that. Email then. You know when the mouse kind of lags and... Okay. Lara. High self-guidance for you. I had a hater on my channel. Wow, some people are horrible, aren't they? What? I had a hater on my channel yesterday. And I started reading the comment. I went too far with it before I realized and deleted it. And it was, whoa. Vicious. Harsh. Really. Wow. Some people. They knocked me about yesterday. That. And I talked to a couple of people about it. I didn't want to linger on it because I didn't want to talk about it too much because I didn't want to remind myself, get myself more in that energy. And it's like, I know I have to have thick skin doing this kind of stuff. When you put yourself out there, there's the haters and they are nasty. And I know it's about them, but still when you get attacked, it hurts. It hurts. Anyway, I didn't read it all, thank God. I realised what I was doing. I clicked delete, like, get rid of that shit. Nobody comes to shit on my channel. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, Laura, guidance for you. Transformation and go within. Okay, so yeah, changing times now. What can we do in changing times? Because it is unsettling when we're going through these transformations. Is go within. It's like tune into that cool, calm, collected place of everything's all right. You know, when we go within and we realize everything's all right. I've got my coffee, sun shining. Well, it'll be raining later because it always does now. Got to sleep on the balcony out there. Probably another one out there. That going within. So when things are tumultuous and when things are changing, you can connect in with that quiet place. Now everything's all right. You've got your guidance. Reach out in peace. Okay. This is... It's about you reaching out to someone else to make the peace. Doesn't much feel like it's someone you're having like a full-on argument with or anything like that. It just feels like some loose ends that need tying up. It feels like as you're going through transitions, as we go through transitions in life, when we're like ready to up level and stuff like that, we're a lot wiser. We know where we were at before. We can make more sense of it, and then we might look back and go, oh, well, at the start of when I was going through this phase that I've just been through, I was, still learning about narcissism and codependency, and I was still very much in that codependent state, and I was still reacting to people and perhaps calling them narcissists and stuff like that. And then from my position now, I can see, no, I was just triggered, just triggered. It wasn't about them at all. I was just triggered and pointing fingers and stuff like that. It could be something like that where you just see it from like a new perspective. From this peaceful place, now you're in transition, you go within and you're like, no, I'm all right. And yes, I can see I was highly reactive before, but that was because I was very wounded and learning and still and all of that. Now I'm peaceful in myself. Now I can reach out to that person and go, sorry. Sorry, I've learned better now. I can reach out and smooth things over with somebody from the past before you leave that old state that you've been in, or as you leave it kind of thing, as you're going through this transition. Does that make sense? Do you know who I'm talking about? It might be a few people, but it's... Yeah, could be. It's that point where I think some of us, perhaps, I know it's happened to me before, but with kids, we have kids when we're not fully developed yet, emotionally and spiritually and all of that. And so we make mistakes. And we would change things as we mature, right? We would like, oh, I wish I hadn't have done that. And perhaps we talk to our children about that, going, oh, yeah, sorry about that. I would do things differently now, but I didn't know back then. And just as you won't know as you're having your kids too, and we'll all make mistakes being parents. But just, letting them know, oh, I know better now. I wouldn't do that again. Could be something like that, Laura. Anyone else want a mini read? Get those donations in. Next, we've got the Eight of Crystals. This is the card of reaping the rewards of the hard work we've put in. Not the one that has to do all the hard work anymore. You've done it. You've done it. You've got to the end of it. You've graduated. It's like being at uni. That sudden transition where, oh, now I can get a job with it. I don't need to learn anymore. I've finished school at last. I don't have to do that stuff anymore. I can reap the results of what I've learned. Eight of Crystals. So we're talking about a relationship where you can reap the rewards of that work that you've put in. You no longer need to be the teacher, the helper. You no longer need to be doing that stuff. Makes sense, good. No longer need to be doing that stuff. You can move on to reaping the rewards of what it is that you've learned. Of applying it, yes, but applying it when you're learning it is very different than applying it after learning it, right? Oh, that smells good. We've got Invigorate or something like that, the oil that's burning today. Not burning, being diffused. I love it. I have this thing on all the time. I've started putting the sleepy blend on like in the evenings and leaving it running until it automatically switches off at night. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I use it like 3 times a day. It lasts me 6 hours, so I've pretty much got it going for 18 hours a day. Eight of Crystals. The exploration and discovery of a new task, project, or venture is on the horizon. You're ready and willing to put in all your energy and move into a new phase of your life. You're able to look back on all your accomplishments and career goals and develop your talents to an entirely new level. This may also indicate additional formal training or education in the future. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about any formal training here. We're talking about the informal stuff of healing ourselves. Ain't no school for that. There's things like Be Healing, which has been all through that. It's been changing while I've been going through it, but there's no formal schools. This isn't stuff you get taught at school, but it is like that. It's not formal training or education in the future, but you're going to be taking yourself there. You're going to be the new teacher, I'm sure. It's the self-determination that comes from mental clarity and focus. It's a state of maturity that emerges from living your life as you expand your spiritual awareness through this active process. Yes, it's that. It's exactly that. It's a state of maturity that emerges from living your life as you expand your spiritual awareness through this active process. So it's a level up card in this deck. How about that? But yeah, it is definitely reaping the rewards of the hard work that you've put in. It's the hard work you put in at school, and the rewards that you get from that is very different than in what it's used for going forward. And then the moon. I've got the sun out today. The sun is usually here, but we've got the moon instead. The moon is card of sensitivities, dreams. When I woke up this morning, when my alarm went off this morning, I had so much to do in my dream because there was all these kids and it was the first day of school, and I was like, the girl got new shoes and I was helping them tie the laces. And one little girl, she had these blue boots and I was putting them on her, and she said, can you teach me how to do it myself? And I said, no, your parents will do that because it's kind of nice for your parents to do that because they'll always look back on it. teaching you how to tie your shoelaces yourself. And then my alarm woke me up. I had so much to do. There was the little kids starting school. There was other stuff that I needed to do as well. And I just had, my dream was very busy. Okay, sensitivities, dreams, imagination, and psychic powers. It may indicate a time of insecurity due to external influences or forces in your life. So you'll need to ground. You need to get your inner balance. Stay connected, Yeah, this is, I'm getting that snowball. I'm getting that snowball isn't the right. It's more like a floodgates open and whoosh, off you go with this new current. And it takes you. It could be quite unnerving if you've not got your balance. You might be flailing around in those rapids rather than just enjoying the ride, going, woohoo, here we go, I've been waiting for this. It's the memes that you see about different star signs on the roller coaster. Have you seen that one? How like fire signs are on a roller coaster, and water signs and air signs, earth signs. Are you going to enjoy that roller coaster, or are you going to be screaming on it? We need to enjoy it. So to enjoy it, ground. The moon also addresses the deeper realms of the subconscious and the shadow thoughts and feelings we experience as humans. It's important to acknowledge this side of yourself as a balancing contrast to your lighter or happier facets, but not to let it take over your mind completely. Interesting. So things are going to come up for us. It's not like we're all clear and then there's no healing to do or nothing coming up from the past again. Yeah, this fear is going to come up. We're a human being. We've got an ego mind for a reason. It's there to protect us. Of course that's going to come up. It's important to acknowledge this side of yourself as a balancing contrast to your lighter or happier facets. Shadow work. That's why we've been doing it. But to not let it take over your mind completely. So when you got those pangs of like, oh, I'm going to go back there because that is going to happen. And go, yeah, of course I do, because that's the known. And yes, I've got a spiritual connection with that person. I know it. They're headed in the same direction as me, but they're well behind me. They're a whole staircase behind me. So not let it take you over and go back. Don't let the guilt cause you to go back and go, no, I'm here to teach them and help them. It's that whole, if you've read my book, I don't know which book it was. If you've read one of my books that I was talking about, you can't get out of the mud. When you're flailing around in the mud with everyone, you can't get out and clean yourself off and then go, right, now I'm nice and clean. I'm going to get back in the mud with those people and try and help them out, because you're going to get muddy again. You're going to get muddy again and it never works. And then you're like, oh, what the hell am I doing? I'm all muddy again. And I need to clean myself off again, heal myself again, take myself out of that, and then you don't do it again. You go, oh yeah, I really feel like going back and helping those people. And I understand why I feel like that. But I know that if I get back in the mud with them, I'm just going to have to do it all over again for myself. So I do need to carry on forward and hope that they get themselves out of the mud. And hope that me leading the way helps them do that. Otherwise, we'll all just remain stagnant, flailing around in the mud together, never moving on up, never ascending the staircases. The moon is also a kind of illusion. Things are not necessarily as they seem. It's therefore important to let go of any past traumas or influence that are distorting your perception. See, some of you'll be like, oh my God, I think this is a narcissist. It could be a narcissist. Oh. Yeah, I think for some it's going to trigger all of that. It's like, isn't this? Is this the same thing again? Am I being confused again like I was previously? And all of that stuff is going to come up. Remember, we create our experiences in reality from the vibrational quality of our thoughts. The power of your mind is limitless. You're going to have to work with the darker aspects of your thoughts and feelings. in order to move forward. You need to give yourself permission to move forward. You need to convince yourself that it's important that you move forward. You need to convince yourself that you are not here to stay stuck where you are and be a teacher of that. You're here to graduate and then head into the unknown. That is your place. You're a leader. You wouldn't be here otherwise. There's hardly any people that watch me. There's a reason for that. It's not because I suck. Or perhaps it is. Because we're leaders. We're meant to go forward. And there's not many leaders. Awakening is next. Which is the same as this initiation card as well. Just so you know. It's the same number. Anyway. Can't get it. Oh, here we go. Awakening. Awakening is an understanding of your inner divine intelligence. You can look back on the choices you've made and identify the lessons you've learned, with each step advancing toward your own spiritual growth. It's all been for you, not for everyone else. No more fears. That's not going to happen. No more doubts. Of course there's going to be doubts. We're human beings. No more self-judgment. Oh yeah, that's going to come up too. We don't have to let it derail us. We can allow ourselves to be human and those things come up. We don't need to say no to it. Like, let's kill the ego. No more fears, no more... No, I don't have any doubts. Nah, that's the bullshit of the law of attraction, people. That's bypassing. We're allowed to be human. And those things are going to come up. Of course they're going to come up. They're going to come up in other people too. It's not walk around go, oh, you need to be perfect and I'm perfect. Bullshit. No. There will be more fears. There will be more doubts. There will be more self-judgment. But hopefully it's not going to take us over this time. This is a time of transformation through elevating your thoughts, speaking your truth. There's a lot of communication coming in. And connecting with the divine light, which ignites your dreams. Oh, it's going to be such good stuff coming in. I'm telling you, it's the beginning of profound changes. From each stage of learning, told you, the school thing. From each stage of learning, you may find yourself at a crossroads on the verge of making an important leap forward. This also indicates that something you've been anticipating is finally getting closer. Carrots. Divine wisdom comes from relinquishing the negative feelings you've been harboring toward others or yourself. Holding on to guilt, fear, or resentment can't serve you in any way and prevents you from connecting to your higher self. So don't feel guilty about leveling up. Don't feel guilty about leaving them behind, flailing in the mud. Especially not this one. You tried to help them. They need to do it themselves. Everyone needs to do it themselves. A time to release old attachments and practice forgiveness. Release old attachments. Get ourselves out of the stagnation. We're about to get ourselves out of some mud here. Let's get some more cards out. It's a period of improvement. An epiphany. Letting go of guilt. Allowing yourself to move forward. A period of improvement. New beginnings. New jobs. Transition. Renewal. How exciting. The Ten of Swords. The painful endings. Very different than that Ten of Swords. This, I'm feeling a different Ten of Swords here. Let's see what it says. Ten of Swords is known to show up during difficult life challenges, which are often traumatic, disastrous, or unexpected. I think it's going to be more unexpected, this. This may also be an indication of lying or deceit from someone else. Really? With the hurtful outcome of feeling betrayed. Know that despite... You know what I'm feeling from this card? It's like, like if you have a relationship with somebody and then you're kind of breaking up with them because that you're realizing that there's more negatives than there are positives. You get to that point. And then when you get to that point, you're kind of focused on the negatives, aren't you? You're kind of focused on why you're not right for each other. bad behavior, or whatever, what is not in alignment. And then we can get so much into that energy because we need to justify dumping them, leaving them, or this relationship being over and being able to walk away from it, that we get so focused on that, the negative, that we're like, hang on a minute, how did I even let this into my life? It was all bad. And it's not that it was all bad. But we need to, in order to get over the guilt of moving forward, we need to focus on the detriments of it, of how they're not right for us. There's nothing wrong with this person. Hey, they're just at the stage that they're at. Just as when we were at this stage, there's nothing wrong with us either. We were just going through that stage. This person hasn't done you wrong. They're not a bad person. Don't throw them under the bus. Recognize your guilt instead of moving forward and go, oh, well, I'm just feeling guilty about moving forward, but it is not my job to hang around. It's not my job to be there for everyone else. It's not my job to hold myself back for anyone else. It's not my job to stick around and be the teacher instead of moving forward in my own life. So some of you might be going there, after the moon and stuff, you might be going there, like into the, well, what the hell was I hanging around for them for? They've got this and this and this that showed me they're not right for me, Anyway, know that despite the hardships, a new phase or beginning will transpire. From processing and releasing this phase of your life, you'll need to move forward with illumination and strength. There it is. I said, this feels different, but it's not different. You're in exactly the same place as this person is. You're just at a different staircase. You're just at the bottom of the next staircase, and they're at the bottom of the staircase that you've already been on. You're looking at them going, they just need to release that thing that's keeping them stagnant there so that they can be with me. Say that to yourself in a mirror. I just need to release this thing to set myself free to be on that next staircase. Interesting, huh? Know that despite the hardships, a new phase or beginning will transpire. From processing and releasing this phase of your life, you'll learn to move forward with illumination and strength, taking everything that you've learned with you. It's the transformation of negative experiences that puts everything else into perspective. In seeing past the shadows into the light which shines through. Recovery, enlightenment, release, transformation, self-love, compassion. Yeah, self-love really needs to kick in right now. Not just love for others going, no, I need to sacrifice myself and stay here and I need to carry on being codependent. No, you learn from where you've been. You don't do that anymore. And the sun, perhaps? No, the star. It's a beautiful deck, this, isn't it? The star. All you quiet people out there. Anyone want a mini read? Because I'm about to finish. The star. What number are you? 17. The star is a beautiful omen to receive. You have every reason to feel hopeful at this time, so remember to look ahead with optimism and strength. Part of your positive outlook comes from remembering to see the beauty in life, as you've experienced the inevitable challenges along the way and changes along the way, yet still understand the importance of love and gratitude. From this, we're headed into a much better phase, I'm telling you, much better phase. From this state of knowing and trust, the serendipitous magic seems to continuously unfold around you. Oh, it's about to get really good. The stars indicate a good balance of creativity, work desire, and soulful aspirations. Now is the time to move forward with your lifelong dreams and to do the things that make you truly happy. This will allow you to connect with your spiritual power and raise your vibration. Remember to always move forward with love and light. Love and And your path will continue to grow brighter each day. If I was Empress of the World, I would ban love and light. That phrase, it's just, nah. It just reminds me of bypassing is what it does. Anyway, remember to move forward with love and light, and your path will continue to grow brighter each day. By celebrating and honoring the light that I am. How can I take the next evolutionary step in my own spiritual growth? Cool as that. Oh, the light isn't very flattering, is it, when it's bouncing off the floor and highlighting my wrinkles from upside down? Does someone want to point that out and rip me to shreds because of it in the comments? Go ahead. I will block you, delete you, ban you, or whatever. Well, that's a nice thing to end on, isn't it? You have every reason to feel hopeful. Look ahead with optimism. See the perfection in this and what you've been through. Transitional periods, they're the trickiest. They are the trickiest. We're like kicking and screaming going into the next phase, which is where we're headed. It was like, no, I want to stay in this phase, but I want the good stuff. And could you just like add it into this phase? And the universe is like, no, I can't. You need to go forward into the next phase. I'm like, oh, but I wanted the good stuff here. So we can't have the good stuff there because it's not there. It's not in that place. I think the message of this is saying that we're all further ahead than we think we are, and there are partners out there that are at the same stage that we're at. There's not many of them. There's one headed your way. Someone that's pointed in the same direction as you, wants the same things as you and all of that already. Not someone that needs to be encouraged and taught to get to that point, but someone that's there already, that already has that. Yeah, I was just getting that you're going to be able to talk to each other. So on a whole different level because of it. You're not going to be the teacher. Don't need to be the teacher. You need to let go of that I need to be the teacher codependent thing. So there we go. There we have it. Thanks everyone for coming along. I wish you a very good weekend. Weekend already. God, it goes so fast, doesn't it? Time. It goes so fast. Yet here we are, waiting, stuck, stagnant. Bring it on. Bring it on and let me know when it happens to you because it seems imminent. Check out Pick a Card Read later today. I'll be putting it up. It's past, present and future of your love life. I can't remember which the staircase one is, but it's in there. It is in there. In fact, maybe they're all, I can't remember. Can't remember it. Anyway, I'll be making another one today, which I'll put out on Monday too. But have a good one, everybody. Thanks for coming along. Let's do this all over again on Monday after the weekend. And yeah, I will see you then. Bye. Thanks, Laura, for your donation.